Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we look at the top waiver wire pickups for all positions. Wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, and tight ends. You ready? The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas. All right, before we get started, let's explain how this is going to work. We're going to look at the top wide receivers results for week 8, and then we're going to show you their rostered positions, and we're also going to see if they're trending or not. So let's go ahead and look at the wide receivers for week 8. So you have Troy Franklin, hasn't been a name we've been calling, Roman Wilson, and Xavier Hutchinson, Tyler Johnson. Those are a few names that we haven't heard. Let's just expand this through 11 through 20. Jalen Tolbert, Jahan Dotson, Pat Bryant. And so that is the week's results. Now let's go back and just look at the top 10. Now we're going to look at the rostered positions. So here, Troy Franklin was our top wide receiver. He's only 38% rostered. We look at some of these other ones that had a good week. Roman Wilson, 1.4. But what did Roman Wilson do? Well, he caught a touchdown and got 74 yards. You look at that. He got 5 targets, and that's pretty well balanced there. So if we go back and look at anybody else, Tyler Johnson with the Jets, we'll have to update that picture. He got 64 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. So that is why. So let's look at 11 through 20. Malik Washington, 16% rostered, but that just seems to be a good name. Here's some other ones. Jalen Tolbert, 2.4% rostered. He was the 14th best receiver this week. 16th receiver was Jahan Dotson. He's only 1.2% rostered. At 17, Pat Bryant, 1.9% rostered. And if you look here, here's some other ones that are kind of pushed down the list a little bit, but it's worth looking, especially during bye seasons, bye season where some teams are going on buys. So that's what it looks like here. I will point out that if you want to look at the players that are trending up and their rostered positions, here Troy Franklin, let's take a look at him in a little bit more. He's moving up. So in week 2 he was the 10th receiver. Week 7 he was 20, and week 8 he was 1st. So if I'm looking for a receiver that's getting hot, he'd be one of them. Some other players that are doing better, Demario Douglas, 11.6%. Let's see what he's done. He was the 44 receiving yards. Let's look at week to week. You can tell he was the 13th ranked, 71.47. So let's look here at his bar chart. You can see he's trending in the right direction with yards and got into the end zone. So that's another player, especially as Drake May starts doing better. Chris Moore, let's see what he's done. He didn't do nothing this week, but he's still trending because he had strong week 6, week 7s, and got into the end zone on week 6. So you can see he's trending up for that. All right, that is going to do for the waiver wire. So if you just want to look at who's hot hand this week, take a look at that. That's all the players that were ranked 1 through 30 and their rostered position. So now we're going to go back and we're just going to, we'll go ahead and keep the top 10. Let's look at the running back. Now, the top 10 running backs, you got only Kareem Hunt, who's 29.8% rostered, but he's with the Kansas City Chiefs. So I doubt that a lot of people have him on the waiver wires. So we'll have to expand it through 11 through 20. Here you got some other names here. You got Perine. He was the 11th best running back. He's only 3.5% rostered. Isaiah Davis, he's 6.2%. At here, Ollie Gordon, he seems to be getting the touches now. He's only 12.9%. I know some people had high hopes for him in the beginning of the season. Stayed off of him. Now might be the time to come back. Tank Bigsby, he was ranked 20th this week. He's only 32.7% rostered. If you look at him, let's look at, he get 104 rushing yards in week 8. And you can tell why he's trending. But it is the Philadelphia Eagles, so will he continue to get the touches? Not sure. Let's look at 21 through 30. You got Sean Tucker. I don't know much about him. Let's look what he's doing. He's trending in the right direction for Tampa Bay. But you got to pay attention because Bucky Irvin might come back at some point. But don't hold me accountable to that. Let's look at Jeremy Nichols. What did he do? Oh, he had 5 catches for 64 yards. This is his rushing yards. Let's look at his points. Week 8 points. I think it's because we're only looking at the running backs here. All right, let's go back. And that is all the running backs and their rostered positions. So I like to look at the stats, see what they're doing in their rostered position and how they came in for week 8. Now, I'm going to look at, see who's trending up the last 3 weeks. You got Sean Tucker, who's trending up. He's only 6.5% rostered. He's been trending up. Perine's been trending up. You have some other ones. This is the entire league of trending up. So this is something to pay attention to. Let's look at Jaden Blue. Let's see what he did. He got 29 rushing yards. Let's look at the part. There you go. He's almost 30%. See if he got into the end zone. No. So you could tell that. I like showing you guys the stats because I have them. I want to show them. That's what makes my graphics different. All right, that's going to be the trending up players. Look at this. This is a quick view to see who's trending up. Ranked 30th. You can see who's stronger trends, right? So you have 42 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. You can see he's trending up because he's had stronger last 3 weeks versus somebody like Ollie Gordon, who's, he's had some strong weeks in the past as well. So in rushing yards. So take a look at that. Now we're going to move on to the tight ends. Same thing here. Oh, no. Let's just look at points this week. Who came in? Top tight end was Tucker Kraft. Then it was Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, Oronde Gadsden. That's your top 10. Mason Taylor, Gunnar Helm, and Charlie Kohler. These are all this is the rankings plus their rostered positions. So that gives you an idea who did good this week. Now let's open it up. Here's some more names here. You got Jake Tungus. You got Chig, 18% with Tennessee Titans. You got Noah Fant. You got Austin Hooper and Colston Loveland. So that gives you who did good in week 8, but with their rostered positions. Now 21 through 30, which I doubt we use all these stats, but it's good to see people's names on here. So that is the points and the results for week 8 with their rostered positions. Now we're going to look at who's trending up. So now you like to look at Pat Freiermuth. He's still available. He's trending up. Daniel Bellinger, he's trending up. Noah Fant's trending up. Let's see why Noah Fant's trending up. Oh, because he's getting some yardage. Let's look at his points. He's getting into the end zone overall, his fantasy points. And I can tell you that now that Joe Flacco is holding down that position, it's doing him much justice here. You got Dalton Schultz trending up. I thought Dalton Schultz would have a better week 8. He only did 24 receiving yards. You got Dawson Knox. He's trending up. Let's look why he's trending up. There you go. Beside this bye week, you can tell here. And that gives you an idea who's trending up. Take a look at this snapshot. So these are the players who are trending up, plus their rostered position. And that gives you an idea for the tight ends. Now I'm going to go back here and I'll pop into the quarterbacks, but we're going to just look for the top 20. So here is points. Jordan Love was the top quarterback. Here, Tua Tagovailoa, he's only rostered 21.3%. I know I dropped him for Joe Flacco, so I did better this week. And then we're going to look at 11 through 20. Mac Jones. I guess you can pay attention. My stat machine doesn't take into account injuries or questionables. So Tyler Hunter, 2%. Cam Ward, he was the 17th best quarterback. And then here you go. Now let's look at quarterbacks and trending up. Excuse me. Here, Tyler Huntley, 2% rostered. Dillon Gabriel, he's kind of trending up a little bit. Kirk Cousins, because he's getting in now. And this probably won't matter. All right. So that was us looking at this week's waiver wire pickups. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, good luck on this week's fantasy football.